Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Reptile Barn. Today I want to just talk briefly about the importance of normals. This is Xena. She is a normal ball python. She is what I would call a typical, as far as my experience goes, she looks pretty typical for a normal. She's got, regular pattern. Her colors seem about average for what I have seen. She's kind of right in the middle of everything. She has laid beautiful clutches of eggs for us. We just are deciding, what we're going to start breeding to her this year. We're pretty excited, but I want to talk about why we still like normals. Obviously, we'd love to produce all mutations, right? We want morphs. That's what people do ball pythons for. However, I want to show you some babies that we had this summer and this fall that, to me, can show the importance of normals. So I'm going to put her down for just a second, and I'm going to pull out, actually no, I'm going to keep her in my hand so you can see the difference here. This is also a normal. Let's get him in the light here. This is a normal ball python. Also laid a beautiful clutch of eggs for us. She's a little smaller, as you can see, but she's plenty big. Look at the difference there. Pattern's pretty much the same. I mean, you might see some normals with an aberrant pattern every once in a while, but look at the color difference. Alright? Now, I'm going to put Xena back, this big girl here. So real briefly, she, I believe, is the darkest normal we have. She's not het for anything, she's just a normal. Look at that. And even her pattern is a little different. Her alien heads don't really have eyes, at least on this side of her body. She's got that little tail stripe going on, but it's the color that I want to draw your attention to. She looks dark. And none of these snakes are in shed. None of them are in the blue. This is just their coloration. And I just want you to see this in the light. I mean, she looks, her browns, I don't know what the camera is showing. I'm sure it's showing some differences here, but her browns are so dark, or her darker part of the pattern here is so dark it almost looks purple. I mean, the lighter part of her pattern is nearly the same color as the dark part of this girl's pattern. So I'm going to put them back. I'll show you the difference this can make in babies that we hatch. Babies that are morphs. Alright? So this last year, we had bred a male mystic potion to several of these normals. Right? And the mystic potion carries the mystic gene and the Mojave gene. They are what the hobby calls an allelic gene. Just means that the mystic and the Mojave are on the same gene locus, so that would be considered a super, even though they're different genes. We'll talk about genetics later. Regardless, he is going to pass on either mystic or Mojave to every single offspring that he has, which means that when you breed into a normal, all the babies will be either mystics or Mojaves. However, depending on which normal female we bred him to, the babies turn out different. They're still just mystics or Mojaves, but pretty different. So, this is a Mojave, and this is a Mojave. Same father. They got their Mojave gene from the same father. Now, the camera and even our eye is only going to show minor differences here. I picked the Mojaves first because it's a little bit less of a drastic change. It'll show up big time in the mystics. However, this snake, this one here in this hand, was bred, the mystic potion male, to a darker normal female. She's beautiful. I love these babies. She has great blushing. I mean the Mojave gene is pretty obvious in this animal. This one over here was bred to a lighter normal. And also the blushing, the little bit of pattern difference, the Mojave gene definitely is taking effect also, but the yellows are a little brighter. The blushing goes farther up the sides. It's just a lighter animal. And some people might like the dark contrast of this one and those darker earthy tones. Others might like this, lighter colored animal with brighter yellows. Just a matter of opinion. So here are two mystics. Again, same father, the mystic potion. So the mystic gene that this snake is carrying and the mystic gene that this snake is carrying should be identical. Same father. However, I think you can see the difference in these two snakes. I hope you can. I'll have to check the footage on this camera, but it's pretty drastic here, the difference. This came from a lighter colored normal female. And this snake came from a darker normal female right here. And I will tell you, with these two, I am a fan of the darker mystics here. It's just, to me, this guy looks spectacular. In my mind, he's the best mystic we produced this year. I love both these snakes. All the animals we've produced have been awesome. I've been thrilled with our babies this year. But I just love these dark ones. But I've talked to people that love the lighter colored ones. It's just a matter of opinion. However, that gets us back to the importance of our normals. If you were a breeder and you wanted to specialize in a couple of genes and you liked a certain look in that gene, it might be worth your time to peruse through some normal females and pick the type that you liked best, whether it was something to do with the pattern or the colors, the light color or the dark color in the snake, because you can make a big difference in the offspring that has nothing to do with the gene that you're trying to specialize in. In this case, it was mystics or Mojaves, but it can make a big difference. I've seen a video by Brian Gundy here on YouTube. He talks about this a little bit, the importance of normals, and it's a real thing. And we love our normals, and we breed them all. We don't have too many of them, but we have a few, and we will continue to breed them, and we will continue to figure out which ones we like best for different genes. I like the darker ones better in mystics and Mojaves, and really the entire Blue-Eyed Lucy complex. But in others, that might not be the case. And so we will continue to experiment and see what we like best, and I'm sure other people will too. But to me, it is worth having a few normals in your collection in order to be able to further improve or specialize in a particular gene. And that's all we wanted to talk about today. So thank you for watching. And you can find us at thereptilebarn.com. You can find us on Facebook. We are now on Instagram. We're on Pinterest. We're all over. So go ahead and look us up and follow us, and we will continue to put up videos and talk about reptiles and mostly ball pythons for now, but we'll get into other stuff, and we look forward to seeing you next time.